Let's talk about Preptober plans and how to win Nanowrimo. Hello everyone, it's Alana. Thanks so much for coming to hang out with me. If you are new here, welcome, welcome. I hope your Preptober is coming along magically so far. If you are not participating in Preptober but you want to, there's still plenty of time to catch up, and I am hopefully going to help you with that today. If you are seeking additional Preptober content, I already have a video up on my channel talking about the top 5 things I do in Preptober to prepare for NaNoWriMo. That video is already up. I will link it down in the description below. Today, we are going to be talking about and taking a look through my Preptober/NaNoWriMo planner and how I win NaNoWriMo by sticking to a plan. Now, this content is going to come at you guys in 2 parts. Today, we're going to take a look at the planner, and then next week, I'm going to come back and hang out with you guys face to face, and we're going to talk about just all of the things that I do throughout the month of November that lead me to winning NaNoWriMo. Unpopular opinion confession, I don't believe winning is the most important aspect of NaNoWriMo. But of course, that is why we're all here, why we all hang out in October and seek out the content and tips and ideas and information. So of course, that is what I'm going to use to walk you guys through all of my content, is keeping in mind that the majority of people have the goal of reaching that 50,000 by the end of the month. Now, really quick, before we get into this beauty and take a look at all of the so much fun, so awesome planner things, I just want to say anything that I do in my planners can be done with a simple notebook and a pen. The cute stickers, the stationery, the bits and bobs, the washi tape, all of that is not required to win NaNoWriMo or reach any of your goals in life. I am a total stationery and sticker nerd. I'm obsessed with planners, as you can tell by my channel, but I really don't like creating FOMO, and I don't want anybody to feel like you need all of these fun and fancy and cute things in order to complete this process and set up a Preptober NaNoWriMo planner. Not required whatsoever, it's just fun. It is a great way to utilize your stash. If you do have a bunch of stuff that's hanging around, a lot of planner supplies or stickers or things like that, it's totally a great way to use up your stash if you have it. Don't go out and buy anything. It's totally not necessary. Okay, so this is an A5 binder. I purchased this off of Amazon on clearance last year. I believe it was it was less than $20. It was around $16 or $17. And then I just took some of the stickers that I already have on hand. This one is legit from Dutch Bros that they hand out for free, and decorated the cover. For me, this is just a fun extra way to ensure that I'm looking at it and picking it up and getting into this every single day throughout October and November. So I'm going to open her up and take you guys on a little walkthrough. Now, I did consider setting up this entire thing with you guys on film, but it would have just been like a 2-hour long video. So I thought that a walkthrough would be much more beneficial. So on the inside pocket here, I wanted to decorate something that sort of had the vibe for my novel that I'm working on, as well as some things for Thanksgiving. This is the combination that I came up with, and I love it, you guys. It makes me so happy. I realized that spooky season is officially over by the time we enter November and NaNoWriMo. However, I am writing a spooky middle grade fantasy for NaNoWriMo. So I had to keep the vibes going, which I love me some spooky vibes year round anyways, so it's perfect. And then, okay, so on this side, this like smoky plastic cover comes with this binder. So I just kept this in here. I think it just looks really cool over the top of this. Not that I necessarily need a page protector, but I just thought it looked neat. So I did a cover page that is the mood and inspiration for my novel. This is just some scrapbook paper from Michael's that I picked up last Halloween, and it just has a little printed photo on sticker paper that is kind of a little hint and clue about my novel. I actually originally was going to make this like a whole vision board with a bunch of photos that inspire my writing, but I did this one and I thought it looked perfect just as is, so I left it alone. So now I'm going to walk you guys through the actual planner portion, and just right up front is my Preptober and life planning stuff, and then the second portion of it where this tab begins is the actual NaNoWriMo and writing portion of it. So that's one major like plus to doing this in an A5 binder is you can divide it however you want, use the pages for whatever you want. But again, this is something that can be done in a notebook, and you can just use little tabbies or washi tape or stickers or anything to mark your divisions. You could do a 5-subject notebook if you want, anything at all. It's super simple. Okay, so right here, as we turn the page, I have my November calendar. Again, this is entirely homemade, just a ruler and a pen, some days of the week stickers and numbers, but you could write this in if you don't have the stickers. I glued it on some more of that scrapbook paper. I found a silver November sticker, put it up at the top there, and this is where I'm going to write out each of the number amounts that are required for NaNoWriMo. Not required, but you know what I mean. The expectation of where you should be every day if you want to hit that 50,000 by the end of the month. So 1667 on day 1, and then double that day 2, day 3, day 4, and so on, however many I need to be doing each day. And I'm going to write what I actually wrote underneath it. So the 1667 up at the top with a line, and then underneath it in a different color ink, I'm going to write my actual word count for that day. I put a pumpkin sticker as a place marker on Thanksgiving to know that I'm going to have to work twice as hard the day before and the day after. Hopefully I will be ahead before and not have to scramble afterward, but it's happened to me in the past. So I lie to myself every year, you guys. Don't do it. Be honest. If you have, whether or not you celebrate Thanksgiving, if you have a birthday or a special occasion or something going on in the month of November, it's better to tell yourself you're not going to write that day. You're going to take that day off entirely. And then if you do find a pocket of time to actually sit down and write and accomplish some words on that day, then bonus. That's awesome. But realistically, we should be telling ourselves that we're not going to write that day. And then it kind of takes the pressure off. I mean, there's a little bit of pressure beforehand or afterward to catch up, but it's nice to be able to enjoy the days with our families or our friends or whatever it is that you're doing and take some of the pressure off. So this, my general overall calendar and word count tracker for NaNoWriMo. Now this is up front instead of in the back with the writing part, just because I wanted a calendar in the front anyway, so I'm going to utilize it all together just as a calendar and then for my word count tracker. And then next we go into my morning routine, nightly routine. This is just on the back of that cardstock scrapbook paper page. I'm going to write out what my morning routine and my nightly routine is going to be here. These are the most important 2 portions of the day for me. The middle of my day is going to get muddled. I am a housewife and homeschool mama, so throughout the month of November, I'm still homeschooling my kiddos, and that takes a large portion of my daily schedule. But if I can stay true and hold firm to my morning routine and my evening routine, then I usually end up okay. And if you guys want to see more of this and how I have it filled in and all of that stuff, I will be sharing actual NaNoWriMo content and like my progress and all of those things. So you will be able to revisit this planner with me as I'm working in it throughout NaNoWriMo. Okay, so across from that, I just did kind of like a little motivation vision board page. hello, I am capable sticker up here. You are your own rainbow. And then I did 50,000 words, 30 days. And right here in this box, I apologize for the lighting, y'all. I'm right beside the window and it keeps coming and going. Right here down in this box, I'm going to write the actual word count I finished with and then how many days it took me. And now I'm realizing I took up a lot of that circle. I might have to scooch this, but just a fun little like mood board, vision board. I don't know if you can see, it also says I can right here down this tree. So again, just, you know, in the style of my story that I'm writing to just keep me motivated and inspired. Okay, so next are my playlist and my self-care pages. If y'all saw my last video I did talking about Preptober, I talked about one of the things that I do to prepare for Nanowrimo is I create a playlist for myself that is separate from my writing playlist. So I listen to a writing playlist while I'm writing and while I'm participating in Nanowrimo every year that is the mood and inspiration of the story. However, when I start to burn out or feel like I'm not going to get there, or I'm bummed and it's not going how I want it to, I have a like build me up, light my fire again playlist that I listen to. It's separate from my writing playlist. I highly recommend one of these. It's kind of like a workout playlist, except better because you don't have to sweat. It's just for your brain. It's just to reignite the fire and desire to write. If music works for you, if there's something else, you know, like taking a walk or going out and getting your favorite Danish and coffee. I don't know, I'm speaking for myself. I'm really craving a Danish right now. Whatever it is that works for you and like reignites and makes you want to get back to writing and feel like, yes, you can do it, you can pull through, you can make it to the end of the month with the 50,000 words, then I highly recommend that you get that written down and then refer back to it so that you can do it throughout the month of November. Which is also why I did this self-care list over here. And now this self-care list for me is not necessarily like a pampering self-care list. It's more like, how can I take care of my mental well-being, but also my enjoyment of writing and my desire to keep going and keep myself motivated, that sort of thing. This is a specifically, what can I do to take care of my writer brain and my writer heart throughout the month of November. So I'm going to list all of those things out. They're going to be fairly simple, nothing extravagant, nothing that is super costly, any of those things. Just a little good reminder to take care of myself and then get back to the joy of writing. Next, we go into the last of the Preptober sort of lifestyle side of the planning for NaNoWriMo, and that is my meal plans list. And I did 4 stickers for four weeks. Oh my gosh, if I could talk. But again, you guys, this all can be done with a pen and a ruler, maybe some markers. You do not have to have stickers or anything like that to create one of these pages. Now, so far I have been doing double-sided of my pages, but as you can see, I left this one blank. This one is going to be for like meal-related notes. If I need to defrost things, or if I need an ingredient, or if there's something that my kiddos requested that I make, that sort of thing, I'm just gonna jot it down in here, and then I can transfer it over to my grocery list if it's something that I need to pick up, and then I'll just cross it off as I go along. This is not going to be cute, you guys. This is not going to look pretty, but it's going to be efficient and necessary and help me stay on track for November. Okay, so now we're going to go into the actual NaNoWriMo like writerly portion of this planner. So over here I have some inspiration photos that I printed out again on the sticker paper. However, I ran out. I thought I had more than I did, but I ran out and I still have to order some from Amazon. But this is going to be a like vision board, inspiration board for my writing. It's going to have a few of my characters and then some, as you can see, setting and scene inspiration as well. So a whole little vision board over here once I have all of my stickers printed off. And I can show you guys this once we get into November NaNoWriMo and I'm working through this planner. I just wanted to get this filmed in enough time for you guys to be able to make your own if you want to. Okay, then this page, I'm such a nerd, you guys. I'm so excited. I'm probably most excited for this page over here. So this is going to be, and I am not the first person to do this. I did not come up with this idea. Lots of the bullet journaling people, and of course other authors and writers of YouTube have already done this in the past, but I, of course, picked it up because I'm a dork and just anything on graph paper really brings me so much joy. So this is my word count tracker in pixels, in grid. So the thousands in this little box and then the hundreds in this one. This one is so much more intimidating. You guys, when I made this, I was like, oh my gosh, it feels like it gets bigger every year. So this is each little box, I'm gonna color it in with probably a marker so that it's all different colors. I don't know, or maybe I'll stick to the color scheme. Maybe I'll do just blue, brown, and gray for what's already on the page. That might look cute. But for every 100 words I write in November, I'm going to fill in one of those little tiny boxes. And then once I hit my first 1,000, I'll fill that in, and then 2 and 3 and so on until it's completed and I have the 50,000 words and whew, we've done it. It's so much fun to have these and work on them throughout the month of November and refer back to them after you've completed it. If nothing else, if you don't have the desire or the need to do anything else from this planner that I'm sharing with y'all, at least do this. I highly recommend this because it's so awesome to visually see day to day the steps you are taking toward your goals and dreams. And it's the more you look at it, the more you're going to be fired up and want to keep going. You're going to reach a point where you're like, gosh, I have to fill out that box. I just want to fill out that box. It's going to feel so awesome to have it complete and all filled in. It's going to be amazing. And the thing about the hundreds is it's just 100 words and you get to fill in a box and you can inch closer to filling this up. It feels like a little bit faster, and because you can do, you know, a few hundred words in a day. Hopefully you're doing more than that if you are on track to win NaNoWriMo, but you get to fill this up so much and it feels so good and you're so proud of yourself. So I highly, highly recommend doing one of these. And you can create your own graph paper as well. You don't need to purchase any. You can just get a ruler and a pen and make your lines. There might even be some like free printables out there for you to be able to print graph paper right out of your printer as well. Okay, and then last one. So this is the last like official page in my writerly portion, and then the rest is going to be just notes, whatever notes I want to make for myself with my writing progress, you know, if I find plot holes, if I want to write down, if I finish in like a mid-section or mid-sentence on one day, then I can make a note for myself of where I want to pick up the next day, that sort of thing. That's what all of these pages are for. But this last official page in the writerly portion is plot point passage stickers. So like I said, it's more important to me to get good writing in and come away with words that I'm proud of for NaNoWriMo. That's why I'm a nano rebel, you guys, because I'm such a perfectionist. And I'm going into this with a novel that I've already largely plotted, and I have completed around 5,000 words for. So I will, and I'm still working on it. So I'll probably have 10,000 words already completed when I go into Nano, but I'm still going for that 50,000. So I'm going to have to complete NaNoWriMo with 60,000 plus words. But this is a novel. It's a middle grade spooky fantasy novel that I'm writing for my kiddos. And I want to come away with it finished as like a solid first draft. So these stickers represent plot point passages, and I'm going to fill these in when I finish writing a major plot point that was kind of a hurdle for me to overcome. Now, this is not for everyone. This is mainly for people who are like me, who are going into NaNoWriMo as a perfectionist or with an already started novel, or maybe even you're working on like the next draft or editing, revising, that sort of thing. That's more what this is for. If you are a NaNoWriMo newbie, or you're going into NaNoWriMo with a completely blank page and you're not even sure entirely what you're working on, then I don't recommend this at all. It will put pressure on that isn't necessary. But for me, I want to complete, I think I have around 5 like major plot point situations, like clench points with plot strings that are going to need to be pulled through to the end, and they're going to have major scenes and big chapters where a lot needs to happen. So I put down these 5 stickers, and I'm going to write in here where I completed the plot point passage. It's more important to me to have those written and completed than getting just whatever word count goal for that day or that week. So then this is where I am going to be using my NaNoWriMo reward system. A lot of people use a reward system throughout NaNoWriMo to encourage themselves to keep writing and reach a certain word count goal. For me, and I have done that in the past. In the past, I have just wanted to reach the 50,000 words and be super happy with that. But this year, like I said, working on something already in progress. So this is where I will be doing my reward system when I create, or rather reach, a plot point passage. I'm going to reward myself at that point. The rewards I use for myself are simple, because I don't go out for coffee or food or treats very often. I cook at home and make my coffee at home. So my rewards are probably going to be grabbing that cream cheese Danish and a Dutch Bros, or maybe grabbing myself some new pens or washi tape or highlighters, simple basic things like that. You don't have to do that. You don't have to purchase things or consume junk food as your reward system if that's not something that works for you. Maybe there's a TV series that you've been wanting to watch. You can save up the episodes, and when you reach either a plot point passage or a particular word count, you can reward yourself with an episode or 2, or maybe there's a book that you've been wanting to read. You could reward yourself with a couple of chapters, that sort of thing. You do not have to spend money or consume sugar to reward yourself. So there she is, you guys. That is my entire Preptober and NaNoWriMo planner. Totally feel free down in the comments to ask your questions or inquiries, or if you're wondering about anything at all, I would be more than happy to catch up with you guys down in the comments below. Also, like I said, I will have another video coming for you guys next week where I share with you exactly what I personally do throughout the month of November to reach that 50,000 words by the end of the month. Let me know if you have, or if you plan to now have, a Preptober NaNoWriMo planner. I would love to hear about it. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this one, you guys. That is all for this one. I will see you in my next one. Tell your dog I said hi. Bye, guys.